Now in session. What shall the court preside upon today?
Your Honour, our first item of consideration is the case against man, Your Honour.
Right. The case against man. Bailiff, would you please go get the defendant, man?
Yes, Your Honour.
So, are you the defendant, man? Very well then, who brings the case against man?
May it please the court, Your Honour, my name is Mr. Phoenix Wright, QC. I represent the prosecution against the defendant, man.
Very well, Mr. Wright, you may sit. And who will be bringing the case of defence for man?
Your Honour, may it please the court, Mr. Justin Fung QC for the defence of man.
Very well, Mr. Fung, tipstaff. Would you please note down that Mr. Phoenix Wright QC will be representing the prosecution against man, and Mr. Justin Fung QC will be bringing the case of defence for man. Now, the court will now hear the...
Your Honour.
Yes, tipstaff. Right. Mr. Fung QC, are you the same Mr. Fung that lives on 18 Burgundy Lane in the Shield?
Yes, Your Honour, that is correct.
Well, it seems that it has come to the court's attention that there is a small case against you.
Is that so, Your Honour?
And whilst we're here, we may as well attend to this case now. Save the time for coming back later.
Of course,
All
Your
right,
Honour.
please take a seat in the defence box.
The court will now hear the case of State versus Justin.
Your Honour, may it please the court if I cross-examine the defendant, Mr. Justin Fung, QC?
Certainly, Mr. Wright, proceed.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Mr. Fung, or should I say, Justin? Would you please tell the court your full name, including your Chinese name?
My full name is Justin Dunman Fung.
And Mr. Justin Dunman Fung, what do you do during the week?
During the week, I practice as a solicitor.
Okay, so you're a lawyer, is that?
Yes, that is correct.
And what kind of law do you practice, Mr.
I practice in employment law.
Employment law?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you're not practicing employment law, what do you do in your spare time?
There are many things that I do, but I enjoy a bit of karaoke, a bit of Westlife, a bit of Boys to Men. Yeah. Everywhere, in the shower, anywhere, everywhere.
That's enough. Mr. Fong, what high school did you go to?
I went to a school called Sydney Grammar School. I believe you know it.
Yeah. Yes, very good school. For the benefit of the court, would you please describe to us what was it like in your high school days? How were you as a high school student back in those days?
Well, it was a long time ago, but look, I was very different from what I am now. I wasn't a Christian. I lived a very different life, and it was high school. It was a long time ago. Right?
Okay. And what is your current marital status?
I am permanently attached.
Okay, so you're married?
I'm married, that is correct.
And when did you get married?
I got married on the 1st November 2008. I think that's the correct date.
Better be the correct. So that's how long that's about?
2.5 years.
And who did you get married?
My wife should be here. I can't see. It's pretty dark out there. So
there we go.
Jenny. Okay. In your own words, how did you propose to Jenny?
It's a long story, but look, just the short story is, during the course of the time we were dating, Jen wrote lots of letters to me, and so what I did was I kept all those letters, I typed them up, and then put them into a book. I wrote a poem for her, and then asked her to marry me. Kind of.
Very good, Mr. Ford. Now, Your Honour, I would like to ask Mr. Fung some questions about his wife, Mrs. Fung, to see how well he knows his wife, and by implication, how good of a husband he really is.
You may proceed, Mr. Wright.
Okay, Mr. Fung, question number 1. What is Jen's favourite food?
Okay, she has a couple of favourite foods. I think she loves eggs, but she also loves like those shallot Chinese pancakes. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. What is Jen's favourite pastime?
Reading, sleeping, reading. Reading?
Yeah, there's one more as well.
I don't know. There's reading, sleeping, and
reading and
50-50. Phone a friend.
writing.
Writing, of course.
Okay. What is your wife's favourite band?
Coldplay.
Okay. What is her favourite city in the world?
Paris or London?
Yes, Paris. Mr. Fung, if your wife could be an animal, what would she be?
I reckon she'd be a cat. She loves cats. Is that correct?
Yeah, is there any particular reason why a cat, do you think?
Why cat? They sleep heaps.
Yeah. That's actually it, yeah. Mr. Fung, what is Jen's favourite phrase in Mandarin, and what does it mean? And you have to get the intonation
Okay, well,
right as well.
she's got a couple of phrases. One of them is, sometimes she says quite a lot, she says, 你的鼻子还像个夹子. Or she says, 今天我们吃葱油饼. She says that, I don't know why.
Do you know what that means?
The first phrase means your nose is like a dumpling. The second phrase is, today we had shallot pancakes.
Okay, for your last question. When you are watching Will Ferrell movies together, is she laughing at the movie? Or is she laughing, or at you laughing at the movie?
No, she's definitely laughing at the movie. She tells me she's laughing at me, but she's definitely laughing at the movie. You should see her in Blades of Glory. There's one scene where it always gets her. The lifting scene. She'll be killing herself over that. Is that correct?
Your Honour, I suggest that Mr. Fung be punished for getting 2 of his answers wrong.
Yes, Mr. Fung, for the charge of not knowing your wife well enough, I hereby sentence you to do 5 push-ups. 5 push-ups, that's right.
Objection! Your Honour, have you seen this man's guns?
Show us your guns.
Ordinary push-ups are far too easy for a man of disability.
You are correct, Mr. Wright. I will sentence him to do one-handed push-ups. Sentence to be carried out immediately.
Oh no. Alright. Just one? How many?
5.
5. Really?
Come on, Mr. Fung. You're wasting the court's time.
5.
1. 2. 3. I will adjourn proceedings for a short break. We'll recommence proceedings in 5 minutes. Thank you.